Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the fourth stage of the Pepe Gals, well not the Pepe Gals, but the Heart-Pounding Heroine event. This event is obviously a new hard challenge style event, and it's a little bit more gimmicky than say like Red Zone and stuff like that. It is obviously very much tied to mechanics, and this stage is no different. There are some missions for this stage which require you to use 3 Pepe Gals units, but the concept of this stage is pretty straightforward. Launch will rotate between her two forms. In her base form, she hits very little. She has basically no damage. She can be stunned, she can be sealed, she can be attack lowered, defense lowered, etc. But basically she doesn't do anything in her base form. However, she will transform, RNG completely dependent. So she's not guaranteed to transform. Sometimes she can transform for 1 turn, sometimes she can be transformed for 2 turns. Sometimes she won't even transform for a couple turns, and she'll revert between the 2 forms. She'll be, in the 1 form for a turn, then she might change, then she might be for 2 turns, change back, it just depends. And she'll alternate between the 2. Now the base form is incredibly strong. Like, the base form is very powerful in terms of defense. So you do very minimal damage when you are facing base form launch. She doesn't take a lot of damage. In fact, she pretty much takes no damage. And you can only really do damage to her when she transforms. Of course, to cut a long story short, that transformed state does way more damage. So that version of launch basically always does a huge chunk of damage. I think her super attack hits for like 900 million or something. So you have to have her sealed, you have to have her damage reduction, like you have to have her attack lowered, etc. So it is very tough from that perspective. Obviously a couple of things do help you. So she can be sealed, stunned, attack lowered, defense lowered in both of her forms. It's important to note that when she changes form, whatever status effects are on her will disappear. So if she is stunned but she changes form, she will be unstunned. If she is sealed, she'll be unsealed. So the number one strategy here is to have a sealer on both rotations. This is like absolutely paramount and makes a huge difference when you are trying to build teams around her and stuff like that. So you definitely want to have a sealer on each rotation. That's probably the good starting point. You then also want to have dodge. That really helps in case you don't manage to get the seal. And then you also want to have potentially some stunning, attack lowering, and defense lowering. I would say if you can have attack lowering and sealing, you will probably get through this event quite fine. There are some challenges. The challenges are mainly to use Pepe Gals units. So if you do have Pepe Gal units, you need to use 4 of them to be able to clear the missions for the stage. It is relatively difficult, I would say. Because of how tied to being a gimmick it is, you can get through it relatively easily. The Pepe Gals units that seal are Ender Brianna, who's fine to bring here. Just need to watch her a little bit when it comes to attacks. Then you have the Strength Chi-Chi. You have Physical Launch, which is a unit I found did really well here through the attack lowering and the sealing, etc. And then you can also just bring like Enchilai, who's also a sealer. You can bring Strength Mai, who's also a sealer. But sealing, stunning, attack down, defense down, all of this is pretty useful. Stuff you probably want to look at having, just because of how much it helps you. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, if you need help, just give me a shout. But yeah, that's basically it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.